we can start. Hi everyone. I'm glad to see you, and we are starting this season, this year, in our Precision Farming Academy with Phil B. From interesting topic, it's selected together with farmers, and today I'm Alexey Bogotaryov. I'm CTO of Phil B, and Taras Klinchenko, he is our team lead of customer success team. Today we would like to tell you about how to start season with Phil B products, and we want to minimize all some interaction and want to explain what are the latest updates in application and tell you a little bit more about product and make some overview. So let's start. Every year we are starting together with farmers, and in this year we want to start from this topic. And just 1 second, my slide, next slides here. And all equipment which has a mechanical part, cables and so on are required some maintenance, of course, reviewing, observing, and double checking before starting season. And that's after guidance system, and our products help you with in necessary field works, but important to recheck before field operation which required high attention, high precision. Is the same case as with with implements and so on. Equipment required some time of your attention, and our product based on several components. Yeah, first of all, it's application, which based on Android operation system, and really important to check updates, check the functionality, latest updates, check our blogs on a site, what's new, and of course need to check some automatic steering components. Because all parts are mechanical, some cables and so on, it's need to check. But before they start, I want to ask you where you're from. Could you please write you in the chat where you're from? So it's small tradition to understand that's how big our community now, yeah, and what countries are different. And I'll start. Currently, I am located in Ukraine. Yeah, Greece. Yeah, Stefanos. Hi, Stefanos. Great. Sweden. Yeah. So that's our company has 2 locations, and headquarters is located in Netherlands, and R&D center located in Ukraine, Latvia. Janos. Okay, great. Yes, Walter, Belgium. Yeah, so it's really good to meet with our old friends who are supporting us. It's really great to see Denmark. Okay. Denmark, Slovakia, of course, Finland. So that's mostly, and America, yeah. Jay, okay, just Jay, if you write your name, would be great. It's really good. That's not only Europe, yeah, and other countries also with us today. Great. So that's today we mostly oriented on farmers, on you who has already system, who has experience, and this is briefly short estimation of time which take attention during maintenance of the system before season. So that's what is necessary to find that sometimes to recheck system um, and prepare. So let's continue. About application. So first of all, we suggest you to open your tablet and check an updates. And in this, since the last season, we have some additional improvements before new season, and now in the market available version 7.7. And this version has improvements with shifting heavy lines. Some pattern management, and for starting of new season need to do some interaction with application. And I want to share my screen from my tablet and shortly to demonstrate what is the main updates in application. And also I want to tell what will be coming soon. Let me share the screen, Meet. Okay, I can. I think you can see my shared screen and navigation screen. And first of all, before new season, every year we are receiving some question about. I have a lot of cards, track cards, and I want to start from clean. Yeah, from clean everything. So first of all, we suggest to to open the track in details, go to the details and open the cart of the task. And the main concept of application is collect your field works in one task, yeah, and record all tracks to the one field. Yeah, and as a result, you will receive a field card report, and all field activities also collected in a field. So after opening the details, you just need to check the status of the task. And according the status, if you switch to done, and all tracks which assigned to this task will be uh, will be will not display it on the screen. So if I open the task card, switch to done, and you will not see new any cards, and you can start with new task. Yeah, so just cleaning this interaction, you can start exactly from task card, and then you can open the record keeping and review. You can review all your field works, all your tasks from previous year. And the task with status in progress, you can see the several columns: open, in progress, and done. And when you switch in the status to the done, all activities will be excluded from the navigation screen. And according to this, you can you can start your season. Also, what is it necessary to check? And we are receiving some requests about some data is not available, some fields and so on. And really often the filter which set it up in previous season impact on displaying the data. For example, if I open the navigation, I can see my field, my fields. It's virtual fields, of course, and that's the data on the screen filtered also according the filter which set it up in record keeping in fields. So if I set up, for example, the filter by some crop, yeah, some just without group. Let me the crop history. For some season, let me select, for example, I select some season, and if I open the map on a screen, and some fields will be filtered on a screen, so I will not see my fields. So the reason is the main reason is the filter is set up in the fields. So just need to clean your filter, and after that you will see your fields on a map, and you can interact with your fields, and you can start your field works. So that's first of all need to switch all task in done status, clean filters, and let me show of new functionality. So for starting new field works, also in a task list, you will see some task in progress. After switching to done, this list will be cleaned also, and you can start your field works, select some tillage operations, spreading, or some other operation, and the next you can start with navigation. And I want to show about the new functionality, improved functionality. So after current my patterns is AB straight, and after creating AB lines, you can drive, and you can press pause, and in pause mode are available functionality shift AB lines. And for example, if you made some seeding operation and next operation in row crop cultivation, and you need to shift AB lines, so just press on this action in pause mode. It is necessary, and you will have shifting assistance, and you can set up exactly the value for shifting, because previous version has some joystick. You can adjust this value some relative. Now it's exactly some 50 centimeters, and you can see that's the line already adjusted. And if I press a 1 meter, 1.5 meter, line adjusted. And for if you already in a row, you can adjust lines to your current position. So for interacting, use this button, and after pressing on this button, line will be shifted to your current position. So if you just with new operation, you go to the new row, press adjust to my position, and you can continue. And so this improvements available in the last version 7.7. Please check how does it performance in your case before your field works. So it's about shifting heavy lines. Other we have functionality and about guidelines. And so recently used patterns, it's like a library of patterns, and it's history of patterns which use it on your field. And it's collected, and that's mean if you create AB lines, it will be continue and keep it for the next operation. And what is necessary when you start the next task, and after selecting exactly the same field, you can chance to restore your previous AB line. Some AB lines duplicated every time when you start a new operation, and as a result, now for the new season you have a lot of different AB lines. But if you know what exactly AB line you need, please use the option possibility to rename your your reference AB line, for example, or some AB lines which you are going to use in this season. So it's help to help you to select right line on a field works. Yeah, just rename, and according this name you can put some implements widths, you can put some distance to boundary of fields, but it's help to find in a list. If you have some view, some like list, you can switch to card view. It's help to operate in with AB lines better. Yeah. Depends how you prefer to interact with this list. So you can delete unnecessary AB lines for the new season with option delete. And it's help to organize this data. What is it necessary? All data synchronized in a cloud, and this data will be restored on other devices if you need. I want to briefly announce that now we are working on improvements, and in this year we want to produce improvements with pattern management. So with pattern management, you will have possibility to import AB lines from other system, arrange, rename, and interact with AB lines, not in navigation mode, but from other options. So that's improvements will be soon. Check and updates in application. You can also look on previous webinars about multiple headland. So this functionality released in last year, but might be you not try it yet. It's available functionality for for navigation on a headland in automatic steering mode. And we receive a lot of requests about how I can control distance on the right side to border on the field. So you can set up several cycle around field, select the internal pattern, and for planting some operation on tillage when you need to do operation around the field on a headland area. So this 4 meter, so it's I think good 4 meter. And the system will create lines around the field, and you can activate automatic guidance system on a headland. So it's helpful. Really important need to take attention on the owner of the field. So in this area, you need to interact manually with the system. Please check this functionality. I think it's might be available for you in this season. During navigation, with multiple headland, you can switch between navigation on a headland and navigation inside of the field. So I just create manual AB lines, and you can see that's headland area with several lines, and internal lines with number of lines, with notification distance to boundary. It can help to do more precise. And some voice notification, it's other improvements, it's for safety reason. You can also activate or deactivate some voice notification and sound notification in pause mode. So I press pause and I can deactivate, and some notification I also can deactivate in the application. Please use the pause mode for mostly interact and do some settings between pause and continue your field work. Also, you can open the map layer, and in previous year we move our button to switch in 3D and 2D mode to the layers, and in a pause you can change the mode of the map. So I switch on 3D map, Yeah, and if you prefer this mode, you can switch it in a pause. In other modes, it's not available, so just press and pause. So this one, I think important to know about guidelines, deleting, sorting, renaming, and voice notification. I already tell you. And a recovery of lost tracks, so that sometimes tablet discharge it, and sometimes it's turn it off, and after losing the power, some unpredicted restarting of application, we are providing the restoring of information. So this information without track name and so on, but important, you will have possibility to restore your last field activities and continue your field work. So I think it's valuable. Also, naming of tracks, yeah, this helps to organize your field work, your data later. And you see, I made a two interaction with creating and continue fieldworks. If I finished my fieldworks, I just open details, switch to done, the status. I can see my results, my tracks, which show that's how many hectares I done, machinery information, and I can, in progress status, I can add additional information. I can add a photo, some inputs with information about chemicals, fuel, water, and so on, workers, and you can add some GeoJSON file. GeoJSON can help to display some lines, additional lines during navigation. So after switching task to done mode, your navigation screen will be empty and you can start your new fieldworks later. Also, some requests and improvements in application is about synchronization of data, and sometimes we have background synchronization, and you just can see some cloud with notification, and you can synchronize your data by request. Sometimes you need your data in a web, or you can you want to be confident that all data transferred to the cloud. So you can use this button in action bar to send data to the cloud. That's briefly about improvements in application. The question, if we are driving two tractors and one field at the same times, and one tractor has 7-meter implement and the second with 5-meter implement, is it possible to drive like that? So that's if you are driving together two tractors with different implement widths, you can create AB lines and rename exec with implement widths, and one tractor will restore and use the library from library one lines, and second tractor will restore other. Yeah, so it's possible to switch between AB lines, and if the tractors working in parallel, you can use recent patterns. They're driving in parallel on other part of the field, or they following to each other. How its performance? Could you, Roman, please?
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
Yeah, they are driving parallel. Also, one tractor is following the other tractor.
Other tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's anyway. So two tractors can can create own AB lines, and if the tractors they're using the other type of operation or the same type of
The
operation.
same operation.
The same operation. So just create the same AB lines, but the second tractor will not see the progress of the first tractor. It just they will perform their own task, and better to organize work like two tasks. Create one task for one tractor, second task for second tractor, and create AB lines with.
Yeah, but the problem is if we are taking higher companies, we cannot see how many hectares their tractor did.
Mhm, mhm.
You understand me?
Yes, yes. So that's, but in this case, if you create a separate tasks, you will see the how many hectares done, and you will see in the highest level of the company.
Uh, I don't agree. Sorry. Um,
Uh-huh.
if the second tractor drives over the lines of the first tractor, it still is drawing the line. Also, he counts the hectares anyway because he doesn't see where the first tractor was.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that's they just in okay, sorry, in parallel. Yeah, they're working in parallel. So in this
Yeah,
case, yeah, needs
actually, your
to.
system works online. It should actually work. It should.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, so that's the team management and collaboration. It's in our roadmap, and currently it's mostly one user-oriented system for organizing parallel synchronizing data. So with multi-licensing, um,
Yeah.
you
We both know free systems from you, and we hope that you will figure something out that we could use them like that.
Yeah. We have so every year we made some improvements. You
Yeah.
see that some AB lines also improved with team management. We are collecting some feedbacks and prioritizing. First of all, for arrange field works, for synchronizing progress of work in one task. Okay, just I'll keep in your request in roadmap.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it's
But
necessary to get that till August. Yeah, hopefully it
uh-huh,
works. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for question. So let's stop sharing and resume. Just 1 second. I want to. Uh, yes, so that's the next about it's briefly about updates in the application. Also, please check in Google Play, yeah, the latest version and updates and try. About RTK, so everything depends on RTK. RTK provide the centimeter accuracy positioning, and need to check the this main components of the system. Yeah, from this depends all rest of the work. And if you have RTK receiver, RTK correction you can receive from N-trip network, from your base station, via radio or via internet connection. And in this mostly all stories, the question about internet connectivity. And beginning of the season, the most popular question about I don't have a connection to the internet and so on. And the reason mostly with SIM card which you are using for sharing your data, and if your SIM card installed in a Wi-Fi router, in a check a data package on a SIM card, and also check the rules from mobile provider, because some providers internet provide mobile providers, they made a change in the package, and they limited sharing data and you need to buy some additional subscription for sharing data. Please just check this and you will have a RTK in your system. Other simple case about checking RTK and you just turn on the system for the not necessary operations like transportation. Check do you have a RTK via toolbox. If everything fine, just it's you're lucky and you're ready for the season. If not, check what I mentioned before about N-trip connectivity. If you are receiving RTK correction from N-trip network, like such as SAPAS, FLEPAS, or other system, really often providers changing the IP address, some address of the server port, some credential, and typical in normal situation they are notify, but some list the email can get in a spam box, and please check or also connect with entry provider if they have some changes or not, because sometimes they have a changes in April, for example, or March. So when you have some important field works, and you can save time for the important operation, just if you check the rules or condition or changes from entry providers. About base station. Base station normally installed on a roof and in some area where Wi-Fi not covered. And if you are using Wi-Fi range extender, change the power supply, and sometimes Wi-Fi routers during winter season, sometimes upgrades and change it. SSID, Wi-Fi name, and or credential, and its impact on base station connectivity. And check Wi-Fi extender, power supply for base station, and it's and also cables, cable connectivity, and it can also help to start before season to be confident that everything fine. In radio mode, how to check a base station in radio mode? So just need to charge receiver and base station before field work. The charging take about 6 hours. Yeah, just turn it on charging on night, and next day you'll have chance to use a base station as a mobile without external power supply. So that's several things important: internet data, SIM card rules, yeah, entry provider rules, and cables, some connectivity. Yeah, it's about power supply. I think it's about manual guidance. Yeah, let's go to the next slide about manual guidance. I'll start from receiver. Just receiver has a connection to the cigarette lighter. If you adjusted this cable or some, but default connection to the cigarette lighter, and it can be oxidized or some bad connection. And if you just install the manual guidance on a tractor, and you will use for transportation operation, just activate the system and check do you have RTK, is it stable work on or not. Some you will can diagnose some cables issues and so on during just unnecessary operation, but you will understand that you need to arrange 20 or 30 minutes if you will have some question if it doesn't work. So important, we want to help to prepare for your necessary operation, for planting, for seeding, before season. Yeah. And about the premium functionality, so that's sometimes on the field subscription expired, and check your subscription. What is a subscription? We are providing regular updates of the application. We're improving, and that's why we are provide a subscription fee. And the FieldB application has two options. It's free functionality and premium. Free functionality has record keeping, and for navigation, AB straight line for free for for customer for farmers who are using the FieldB products, external receiver or auto guidance system. So in this case, you can use AB lines and record keeping for free. If you need for the season curve patterns, headland, and other premium patterns, need to extend subscription for the for this year. Check this. About power cable, I tell you, and about the try-on system. Yeah, check in the application. Also, I didn't display show you about setting up of the system. Sometimes during fieldworks for the some operation, you made a setting up of GPS offset. So in the settings, you have some setup and changing of parameters of receiver. Please recheck these settings and just try in the system. Are you driving straight or not? How it's system performance? Just use this for field works or transportation operation before necessary operations, and you will see that's how it's ready for field works. So it's about manual guidance, and the next about automatic steering system. Taras, please, your turn. Let's continue about what is necessary, because a lot of question to customer success team about how to start season, how need to work. And I think you can explain some recommendation what need to check, please.
All right. Thank you, Alexei, for your introduction and first part of the software info. And I'm really excited to see all of you. Many of them have been already in the contact. And we'll continue with the steering, mechanical steering system, preparing for the season. So for the initial steps, it's required to check the vehicle steering conditions, such as steering column, wheels condition for its operational state, so steering system can responds properly and follows the lines that receiver provides through the application. Observe the steering system wiring that includes all of the harnesses that the steering system includes, such as main harness for the ECU, for the component of the main harness, such as switch and unswitch power, MDU harness from the ECU. As I know, many of clients took the ECU, MDU parts and some wirings unscrewing and taken out from the tractor to the box. So check the connectors, the conditions for the all parts, and how it's connected and communicated after the switching the system. Also, a MIA cable, if it was mm, uh, covered into the cabin or roof with Wi-Fi router power cable condition. So this is observing its statuses, and after confirming that everything's fine, you are welcome to plug in it and boot up the system. For the mechanical steering system also is necessary to be sure that anti-rotation kit is in good shape. Because after the season, know that mechanical parts having unscrewing property. So check the anti-rotation kit fixed in different options it might be, and as it is fixed for your vehicle. And second part, this is the anti-rotation pin that is fixed to the MDU inside, and also MDU gear for the that is fixed to the steering wheel with the MDU. This part regarding the mechanical, and after you observed the physical parts of steering system, also be aware to check the vehicle profile that have been created and calibrated after the installation. Necessary to have the correct one. If you had chance to use several of them for different type of the tires, also check if proper one for this vehicle is selected, that you can go and to the next step, such check the receiver position on the roof. So there are parameters you've measured during the ECU profile creating, and know the position that was used with shift from the symmetric lines, and be sure that receiver is fixed to the same position. For those who using the metal plate, no problem, as metal plate is fixed motionless, and you can just put the receiver to the same place, and then just go to the test drive, find the area approximately 50 to 100 meters, and make the first trial with the steering system, drive same line in opposite direction, check if the shift is present. If it is, calibration is recommended to be executed. If no shift, you're welcome to the field operations necessary to make such trial without the implement. Also, if you are find that there is a new tractor and you would like to try with the steering system, you are welcome to order the switch kit, pre-install it, and try the system for your second vehicle, and make this season more efficient. All right, Alexei, please, next slide. Regarding the hydraulic installation, system maintenance and preparing requires the standard hydraulic maintenance for checking the hydraulic system that should has in proper condition. Check the fluid pressure in the system. If necessary, check the fluid condition regarding the instructions, and other requirements. Check comparing to your tractor instruction and manual if some of in accuracy or differences will be detected. The next component that is replaced one of the main role of the hardware. This is wheel angle sensor. Check it position, connection, check the wire that comes. Yeah, those wiring and condition from the previous slide regarding the vehicle condition, same for the hydraulic installation. For the wheel angle sensor, check its position, check its tightness, and response before the trial. The next step, check the vehicle profile that might be for the demo or used previously or for the tires, and go to the test trial for the same drive, such same line, different direction, opposite direction, and check for the shift, if any, or just the accuracy, how it is. If some inaccuracy, suggest to make the wheel angle sensor recalibration. If same result, then recalibrate the whole system. It's easily to be executed with the auto calibration tab in the vehicle profile. Oscillation also will refer, if any, to the tractor manual and instruction for the detecting errors, and hoses, fixators, tightness, for make the system compacted and ready for the field operations. All right. How to guide links. We have collected and gathered the different links regarding the system. For those who has any type of the QR code reader, you're welcome to scan it. If no, please open the chat and there is a link for those videos, and you may save it, book it, and watch those videos for the different content, such as application, how to use with the toolbox, installation parts, and remind yourself about previous season, about the functionality and connectivity. During this day, I got 3 calls from the farmers with the request regarding the starting season preparations. They got no time for waiting for this webinar and started preparing with the premium update, with field B receiver configuration with the N-trip. So we feel it that season is coming. All right, please next slide. And kindly reminder about the Calendly service that we provide for booking the setup session. Also, you may scan the QR code from the slide and follow the link in the chat, calendly.com/fieldb, for scheduling the setup session with our support team. So marking this time slot gives us information about what time is good for you to fix it, and be aware that we might assist with this question or that question, or be connected with our development team to be ready and quick responses with your installation questions, everything that you may need. All right. And I guess it's time for the
Yes, thank you, Taras.
yeah.
Really, thank you for presenting key points about automatic steering system and guidelines, which available also on our website, philb.com, and also we'll share our video, and all necessary links will be this video. And I want to briefly show the new document which available for checking the system before start season. Just let me make the overview, and also this document will be shared with you. Just one moment. Window. Yes. Sharing. The new document diagram of connection, which contains all necessary components of the system and how every components interact with each other, and won't need to recheck of the system. And we hope this document, a brief document of few several pages, will help also to review all the system, because some components hidden, or just connection via internet, via radio, or other. So we hope it will be available for you, and also it's available for new installation. So this document will be available in the chat, and also this video shared with you. I think that's it on today, and we can finalize our webinar. If you have some question, you can write in the chat. But first of all, I want to thank you for your time. It is a good time for new season. For start new season, we wish you a good season with big value of yield, and we will work with you this season, and just really good that I want to say that that products, philb products, developed together with farmers, and your feedbacks is necessary. And thank you, Roman, for your question, and thank you for your work, because it's really what needs to our world. Yeah, and we are working to keep in our earth, for the next generation, and your work, it's really important for all people in the world. So keep you safe and have a nice evening, and good luck.
Thank you for being with us in 2021, and let's make 2022 much better.
Bye bye.